like a leaky eye in the last one, you didn't tell me. Hello, beautiful. Why did I say that? Oh. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about newborn must-haves. So these are things that have made my life a lot easier and things that I felt actually were useful. I think as a new mum, you're sucked in to buy everything. Like, you think that you need everything. Like, to be honest, you don't even really need a nursery until like a good 6 months. So I think like these are stuff that you actually will need in the first 0 to 3 months of having your baby. So first up we have a snooze pod. No, it's not a snooze pod at all. Let me start again. It's not a snooze pod. We have Sleepyhead. So if you haven't seen these already, so basically it's just like a little pod that they sleep in. So this come in handy. Like, this is something that you do need. Like, if anything, like, get all demonstration purposes. So this is something that you definitely need. When you've got your newborn baby, it's very unlikely, well, for me anyway, did not sleep in the cot. We've got like the little snooze pod next to the bed, but he just wouldn't sleep in it at all. But with this, because it's kind of got like the cushions around it, they're actually like snuggled in. It's not as, how do I explain it? So when babies are young, they have like a reflex where if there's too much space around them, they kind of jolt like that, like literally like that, because they're so used to being like in the womb. My baby didn't like swaddling. To be honest, I tried it once and it just didn't work at all, so I just kind of left it. But with this, they're kind of in this and they're comfy. Also, I didn't get a Moses basket, so this was handy just to have downstairs because you can easily carry it out or carry it to other people's house. And if he falls asleep, we can just pop him in the snooze pod whilst we go about our business doing what we need to do. I know that it's recommended that babies shouldn't sleep in these, but to be honest, I did my research and I did. He did. So basically the reason is that if a baby has anything covering their face or they put their face against anything, they can suffocate. But if you get that actual Sleepyhead brand, it is quite expensive, a bit pricey, but the material and the cushioning inside it is all breathable. So if the baby does have their face against it, they can actually breathe through all the materials that they use. I know that there are other ones on the market, I think they're like dupes or similar to these, and I haven't researched those, so I don't know. But with these, they are all breathable material, so I've felt, well, it has been extremely safe for us, and it's the only thing that will mean that he sleeps in his side cot. Just laying him on the mattress just doesn't do it. Like, he has to be in something. So if anything, Sleepyhead. So on the subject of sleeping, we have You and the Sheep. So you've probably seen Ewan about quite a lot. It's probably been recommended by a few people as well. There's a similar one called Ollie the Owl. I think it's called Ollie the Owl, but they pretty much do the same thing. But they just make different noises with like white noise or noises that replicate what your baby heard in the womb. So I think in like the first month, my baby really enjoyed it. It was really soothing, and it also has like a little nightlight as well. So in the middle of the night, it's just quite nice to have that ambiance. But yeah, so really good. And you can like kind of velcro it to the side of the crib as well, because you can't really have anything in their cot that can potentially like cover their face or anything, so it clips onto the cot, so it's out of the way. But yeah, it's quite nice. So thirdly, we have baby grows, but ones that zip. These are so handy. I mean, I didn't realise how many times a day I would have to change my baby. Like, how many times we'd have an explosive poo, how many times that you'd take his nappy off and you would then wee, so all of his clothes are wet, and unpopping, popping up, unpopping, popping up is quite irritating. So these, you can get in quite a few places now. These ones are from Marks and Spencer's, but literally just zip down. So they're so easy to change the baby. Also, they have the built-in like mitten thing, so they just fold over at the top. So I tell you now, babies' nails grow at like a ridiculous rate, like ridiculous. They grow so fast. So if you're a bit scared or you don't have time to cut them, you can literally just pop these over their hands and it just stops them from scratching their face. So really handy to have those built in, because our baby didn't really like the separate ones that you put on. River just really didn't like those. So yeah, they're really handy. So get yourself a load of those, a load. So we then have a bogey sucker. I'm pretty sure it has a more technical name than a bogey sucker, but literally it just sucks bogies. So half of this is missing, but normally what it would be is have this bit on the end and then it have like a filter bit this end, so that when you do suck, like literally nothing will go into your mouth. River was born summertime, so we found that in that time where it was quite hot, he really got congested, to the point where like it seemed that he like struggled to kind of like breathe. And when they're feeding, I breastfeed, so they like obviously are breathing through their nose. So we picked up these. You can buy like nasal drops as well, which are quite handy because you put the nasal drops in their nose, which normally makes them sneeze or it softens it up, and then you can just suck the bogies out. But yes, literally this helped us so much. So a bogey sucker. So next we have a baby book. So I have Your Baby Week by Week, which I just got off Amazon. But to get this when you're pregnant and read through, honestly, is a godsend. When you have a newborn baby, literally you worry about everything. I think the first, well, still now actually, you worry that they're even like still breathing. So through the night, like, or if he's been quiet for quite a while, I'll have to like touch his stomach, make sure he's still breathing. It's so scary, and I think that anything that happens or you're unsure of, it just creates a bit of fear. I'm not a reader myself, but it's such an easy read. Like literally it says week 1, they should be in this amount, this might happen, what to look out for. So we were all prepared for anything that could potentially happen, and we knew what to look out for, signs to look out for, what was normal, what wasn't, and it helped so much, especially with breastfeeding. I know so many people that really struggle with breastfeeding. They really want to breastfeed their child, but it just doesn't happen, and this helps you so much. It goes through so much detail about breastfeeding that literally as soon as River was here, boom, he latched on like that, because I knew what to expect, I knew what I was doing, so I felt confident in it. But this literally helps so much. Week by week, it goes up to like year 1, so 24 months. But yeah.
Like 24 months is 2 years.
Oh yeah. Let's try that again. But yeah, this is something that you definitely need. Don't need this particular one, there's lots out there. This one goes up to 24 months, but definitely, honestly, such a godsend. So another thing that's really handy is the night lights that you get in the room. So we've got, I'm sure it's Ollie the Owl. I might be completely wrong, and I'll insert if I'm wrong. But I'll put the links in the description, and I'll also put the name on the screen somewhere if I'm wrong. But basically it's a night light that's also a thermometer, so you can check how hot or cold the room is, and if it's too cold or too hot, the light will change colour. So if it's too cold, it'll go blue, if it's too hot, it'll go red, but if it's kind of like the right temperature for the baby, it'll be like an amber colour, which is quite cute. It's egg shape, and also, oh no, it's called something egg, and there's also like little attachments you can sit on the top. So I've got like a little owl that you sit on top of the light, but it's also handy for those nights where you have to get up. So I breastfeed, so rather than having to like turn on a light, or if you need changing, having to turn on a big light in the whole room, this is like bright enough for you to be able to do that. So it's quite nice. It's a dim light, it's not too intrusive, but definitely recommend that, because it's like a 2-in-1. You've got your night light and you've got your room thermometer. So next up is changing bags. So I mean, changing bags pretty straightforward. You put all of their changing stuff in there, but I had to put this one in there because I've been so impressed with this. This is the PACAPOD. They do lots of different styles. I really wanted the full leather one, but it was way too expensive for my budget, so I got kind of like a little bit of leather. But so good, and I'll tell you why. So PACAPOD, they put There's 3 pods that it comes with. I only use 2 to be honest at the moment, but inside the actual bag, which has lots of spaces and pockets, you have like little pods that go inside it. So I take one that has a spare set of clothes, so if we're out and about and any accidents happen, I've got a spare set of clothes in this one. But also I have one specifically for changing stuff, so it comes with like a little changing mat, but also have like my nappies and my wipes in there, purely because when you're out and about or you're quickly rushing somewhere, you don't want to take the whole bag. And when you're in a changing room, the last thing you want is to have to like lump the bag up, take everything out, where literally I can just take this. So I take this to the toilet, that's got all the changing stuff in, or if we're quickly nipping to the shop, we only need to take this with us. We don't need to take like the whole bag with us with everything in it. So these are really, really handy. It also comes with a little one on the side, which I think is for dummies. Like, if I'm wrong, tell me, but I've been using it for dummies, but I might be completely wrong. It looks like it's for dummies anyway, but this one clips onto the side as well, and obviously you can take off what you don't want and use what you do, but it just looks really nice as well. I get so many compliments on it, so I thought I would pop that one in there as well. Sorry, crying baby, probably wants to move. Oh, I'm nearly done. So lastly, it's not a physical object, but lastly, I want to say you need Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime has literally been a lifesaver. When you're a new mum, you're literally confined to the house and you don't get out much, and if you do, it's probably to visit people, or you always have visitors over, or you literally just don't want to. It's such an exhausting experience that you probably don't want it for the first kind of like few weeks. So Amazon Prime, literally everything that we've needed or we've forgotten or we thought, oh my god, we need that, Amazon Prime has literally been a lifesaver. Just get it sent straight away to your door next day. Can't go wrong. Also, some things come on the day, so if you order it, depending on where you are, your location, but if you order it in the morning, you get it that evening. Amazing. So Amazon Prime, get signed up. I think that's everything for now, but if you have any newborn recommendations, I'd love to hear them. I also have Instagram, which I'll link down here, so if you want to give me a follow over there, but if not, please subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you later. Peace out.